We got the best one yet, boys. Could Wolverine survive Resident Evil's Raccoon City? Yes, he can. Of course he can, right? I mean, it would just be his playground. He would have so much flesh to chop up. It would be amazing for him. I feel like, I don't know, you guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys are thinking. Especially even if the bomb dropped on top of him, I feel like he's still surviving that. Let's check it out though. Could Wolverine survive Resident Evil's Raccoon City?
Thought they had the perfect test subject, a mutant with an indestructible adamantium skeleton, a healing factor that could reverse cellular death, and decades of combat data locked inside his DNA. They sedated him, chained him to a table 3 floors beneath the Nest facility, and started running tests. What they didn't account for was the moment the alarm started screaming. Logan wakes up to shattered glass, flashing red emergency lights, and the unmistakable smell of dead blood flooding the ventilation system. Somewhere above him, Raccoon City is dying, and the only thing standing between him and the surface is every nightmare Umbrella ever engineered. Could Wolverine's mutant biology survive the deadliest viral outbreak in human history? Or would the T-Virus turn him into Umbrella's most unstoppable monster? Logan doesn't wait for the containment doors to open. He punches through them. By the time he reaches street level and bursts into the Raccoon City Police Department, the precinct is already gone. Officers slumped over desks, evidence lockers torn open.
No, oh my. Let's see how far he gets. Damn. No. Yeah, see, you guys wasting my time. Wasting my time.
The familiar architecture of the RPD is now a maze of overturned furniture, dried blood trails, and low, wet groaning coming from every dark corner. These are classic T-Virus zombies, and scientifically speaking, they are the least complicated threat Logan will face tonight. The T-Virus reanimates necrotized tissue by hijacking cellular metabolism and forcing degraded muscle fibers back into motion. The result is a body that moves, bites, and spreads infection, but runs on a...
Wolverine's just gonna be like chopping their heads off left and right. Like, it doesn't matter. All zombies, regular zombies, it's gonna be so much fun for him. Because now he doesn't have to worry about human casualties or anything like that. He can just go crazy rage mode and just start chopping people up.
Nervous system that is rotting in real time. Reaction speed is measured in seconds, not milliseconds. Pain receptors are completely offline. That last part matters for most people. For Logan, it doesn't change much. His adamantium claws generate cutting pressure estimated at around 28,000 pounds per square inch, enough to slice through reinforced steel plating. Human bone, even reanimated human bone, offers essentially zero resistance. He carves through the main hall in under 90 seconds, 12 infected down before any of them can close the distance. The smell is the worst part. Rotting flesh and ruptured organs and something chemical underneath it all. The viral load hanging in the air like a fog. Logan's senses are dialed up far beyond baseline human, which means every second in this building is an assault on his nervous system. He's tracking movement by sound and smell simultaneously, reacting before the zombies even complete a full lunge. Then, one gets lucky. A former officer, still in partial uniform, clamps down on Logan's forearm with enough force to break skin. The bite is clean, deep, and direct. The T-Virus enters his...
Yeah, would he get infected though, low-key? I wonder.
Here's where the
I guess he
gets interesting.
would.
The T-Virus is a retroviral mutagenic agent. In a standard human host, it begins rewriting cellular instructions within minutes, triggering necrosis and neurological shutdown before reanimation kicks in. In Logan, it runs headfirst into something it has never encountered before, a healing factor operating at the cellular level with what researchers describe as perfect biological memory. His body doesn't just repair damage, it enforces a template constantly restoring every cell back to its baseline stat. The T-Virus tries to rewrite the code. Logan's X gene refuses to let the code change. His immune response isolates the viral cells almost immediately, treating the infection the same way it treats adamantium toxicity, as a constant background war that never fully stops, but never wins either. Logan shakes off the bite, looks at the already closing wound on his forearm, and keeps moving. Survival tier for the basic infected, S tier. They are not a threat to him,
so
they're an obstacle. He clears the main hall and pushes toward the
he's
exit.
just gonna have
That's
fun.
when a long, razor-sharp tongue cracks out of the darkness above the doorframe and wraps around his
Just chop the
wrist.
tongue off.
3 lickers drop from the ceiling.
Chop the tongue
If
off.
you played RE2, you know what these things are.
Just put
If you
the
haven't,
blades through their
here's the
head.
short version. Lickers are the result of the V-Act process, which is what happens when a standard T-virus zombie sustains heavy damage and mutates a second time. It enters a dormant state before rapidly evolving. The skin burns away completely, exposing raw, hyperdense muscle tissues and an oversized brain sitting on top of the skull. They're blind, but their hearing is so precise they can track a heartbeat through concrete. Their claws can shred steel doors, and that tongue, the one currently wrapped around Logan's wrist, can punch through body armor like it's paper. For a normal human, this fight is already over. Logan is not a normal human. He wrenches his arm free, tearing skin in the process, and drops into a low stance as all 3 lickers spread across the walls and ceiling, triangulating his position by sound. This is where the fight gets genuinely dangerous, not because lickers are stronger than Logan, but because of what's already happening inside his bloodstream. His healing factor is not running at full capacity right now. The T-virus infection from the bite downstairs didn't kill him, but it didn't disappear either. His body is actively fighting it, diverting cellular regeneration resources toward viral suppression. Conservative estimates put his healing output at roughly 20% below baseline, which in practical terms means wounds that would close in seconds are now taking closer to a minute. This is the part that separates Logan from every other superhero you could drop into Raccoon City. He doesn't just heal, he prioritizes. His body runs a constant biological triage, deciding in real time which repair job is most urgent. Right now, the throat takes priority. The virus gets pushed back into second place. Everything else waits. It takes 43 seconds. 43 seconds of lying on the floor of a burning police precinct, half drowned in his own blood, while 3 apex predators circle him by sound. Then his claws come through the exposed brain matter of the nearest licker. The other 2 react to the sound of their partner dying, and Logan, still healing, still running on fumes, uses their noise to locate them. He doesn't fight clean, he fights efficient. 2 strikes, 2 kills. The whole thing is brutal in a way that has nothing to do with power and everything to do with desperation. He gets to his feet slowly, wipes his throat, the wound is closed, but the skin is still raw, still pink, still catching up. Survival tier for the lickers, A tier. He wins, but the biological
Imagine if you could turn
Definitely
any idea
wins
in your
that.
mind into a
Definitely.
perfect, realistic photo.
I mean, you gotta
No
give him like a
Tax
boss
is
or
real. He
something.
breaks through the precinct's front door and into the burning streets of Raccoon
Like
City.
Nemesis.
And for
I think
exactly
he
4
beats
seconds,
Nemesis.
There's
easy.
open road ahead of him. Then, an umbrella helicopter roars overhead and drops a massive steel pod directly into the intersection in front of him. The pod splits open down the center seam, and Mr. X steps out. If you need a reference point for scale, the T-00 Tyrant stands just over 7.5 feet tall and weighs somewhere in the range of 550 pounds of dense, engineered muscle mass. Umbrella didn't build him for speed.
Wolverine can
They
deal
built
with
him
this.
for inevitability. He doesn't run, he walks, because walking is enough. His programming is simple. Locate surviving anomalies and eliminate them. The first punch comes fast for something that size. Logan takes it directly to the chest and goes through a brick wall. Not into it, through it. He lands in what used to be a pharmacy. Shelving units collapse around him and lies there for a moment taking stock of the damage. His ribs held, adamantium sees to that, but the kinetic shockwave transferred straight through the skeleton and into everything surrounding it. Both lungs have collapsed. His liver is bruised badly enough that it's bleeding into his abdominal cavity. This is the core physics problem while fighting the Tyrant. Most people assume Logan's adamantium skeleton makes him immune to blunt force trauma. It doesn't. The skeleton doesn't absorb kinetic energy, it redirects it. A punch that would shatter every bone in a normal human's body instead transmits that force into Logan's organs, his soft tissue, his nervous system. The bones survive perfectly. Everything attached to them takes the full hit. He can't breathe. He's waiting for his respiratory system to come back online, lying in the rubble, listening to Mr. X's heavy footsteps crunch through the wall after him. Logan makes a decision. Blunt force is a losing game. He can't out-hit something that outweighs him by 350 pounds and hits harder than a wrecking ball. What he can do is get small and get inside. Mr. X raises his fist for a second time, and Logan moves. Not away, forward. He drops his center of gravity and drives straight into the Tyrant's midsection, getting inside the arc of the swing, and jams both sets of claws upward through the reinforced power limiter coat. The coat is specifically designed as a power limiter to suppress the Tyrant's mutation, preventing it from transforming into an uncontrollable super Tyrant. Because of this failsafe, the coat is woven from a synthetic armor dense enough to stop conventional weapons. Logan's claws are not conventional weapons. They punch through the material like it isn't even there. He finds the synthetic heart and shreds it in 2 precise strokes.
Damn.
Mr. X stands completely still for 3 full seconds, which is somehow more unsettling than if he dropped immediately. Then he goes down, and the pavement cracks under the weight of him. Logan straightens up slowly. His lungs are maybe 70% functional. His healing factor is now running 4 simultaneous repair jobs, and the T-virus is still there, still pushing, still looking for any opening his biology leaves unguarded. Survival tier for Mr. X, B tier. The win was never in doubt, but the cost was. He's running out of reserves, and something in the alley ahead just made the ground shake. Nemesis crashes through the side of a burning parking structure, dragging half a concrete pillar behind him.
After fighting
And
Mr.
if Mr.
X.
X was built for inevitability, Nemesis was built for something worse. He was built for purpose. The any alpha parasite embedded in his central nervous system doesn't just animate him, it directs him, it hunts. And right now, every instinct that parasite has is locked onto Logan. Here's what makes Nemesis scientifically different from everything Logan has faced tonight. The T-virus mutates biology. The any alpha parasite hijacks it. It threads itself through the host's nervous system and brainstem, taking direct control while keeping the host's muscle mass and pain tolerance fully online. It adapts to it in real time. And the tentacles it launches aren't just physical weapons. They carry a highly concentrated weaponized payload of the T-virus designed specifically to overwhelm the immune system of whatever they pierce. Nemesis raises the rocket launcher and fires. Logan moves, but moving isn't enough. The explosion catches him at close range, and the shock wave strips skin from his left side down to raw tissue. He's still processing the damage when the tentacles come, 3 of them, wrapping around both arms and his torso with crushing force and driving straight through muscle into the bloodstream beneath. The massive viral payload hits fast. His vision goes first, then his legs. His healing factor, already stretched across baseline viral suppression, lung repair, and abdominal bleeding, now gets a massive secondary infection spike it cannot easily ignore. A concentrated dose of weaponized T-virus delivered directly into the central nervous system is a kill-level threat. Everything else gets deprioritized instantly, which means the virus, for the first time tonight, has a window to take over. His vision is blurring from 2 directions at once. Blood loss and
There's no
severe
way he's
infection,
just letting that
and
happen,
Nemesis
though.
pulling the tentacles tight,
Should be
dragging him
chopping
in.
off
This
all the
is the closest he
tentacles
comes to
and
dying
everything.
tonight. What saves him isn't
Grabbing
strength.
him.
His healing factor goes into full emergency override, the biological equivalent of flooding an engine, burning through his remaining caloric reserves at a rate that will leave him barely functional afterward. The feral state kicks in
starts
before
going
conscious
crazy.
thought does. He stops trying to break the tentacles. He slices his own trapped arm at the elbow, severs the limb entirely to get free, and uses the half-second Nemesis takes to register the move to drive his remaining claws straight through the parasite cluster at the base of the monster's skull. Nemesis drops. Then Nemesis starts to change. The body loses structural coherence and begins expanding outward into
Oh
a massive,
my
formless mass of
God.
tissue and viral matter. Logan looks at it for exactly 1 second, then turns and runs. The extraction train is still at the platform. It's already moving. He makes it. Survival tier for Nemesis, C tier. He didn't beat Nemesis. He outlasted it long enough to escape, and that distinction matters.
True.
Logan sits in the back of the train,
could
lighting
be
a
Nemesis.
blood-stained cigar as a nuclear flash turns Raccoon City into white light behind him. He survived, but with the T-virus still cycling through his
Damn.
bloodstream in a permanent biological stalemate, is he still just a mutant, or is he carrying Umbrella's legacy in his veins? Drop your answers in the comments.
Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Wolverine was easily surviving Raccoon City. Because you gotta remember, his blades are adamantium. They're the strongest metal out there. Like, no doubt, no doubt. Like, you can't break adamantium. The fact that it's blades. That's like crazy, though. Did you think Wolverine would survive Raccoon City? Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next gen.